Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch-along of Australia versus Lebanon in the quarterfinals of the Rugby League World Cup. Go in do the poll and vote who you think is going to win between Australia and Lebanon, and hopefully we have a good game, folks. Just doing the intro. I do it then because I feel more confident because I can get my words out. And hopefully, folks, we'll have a good game. At the same time, we'll be keeping an eye on the scores as well from some games that are playing tonight. Because you got Hereford versus Portsmouth and Sal, and you got Morecambe away game in the FA Cup versus Sheffield Wednesday. And you got in the Championship Reading versus Preston, and in the Bundesliga Gladbach versus Stuttgart, and in Serie A Lecce versus Udinese, and in League 1 Auxerre versus Troyes. And then in the Scottish Premiership, you have Aberdeen versus Hibs and Kilmarnock versus Livingston.
Both grand final winners, and in the forward pack, Azay, simply outstanding as a middle forward. So too at a hooker, Harry Grant, and a strong bench that includes.
I said that.
Evans, alongside of Carrigan, Cameron Murray, and Lindsay Collins. The Lebanon side coached by Michael Checker. Again, the focus is around those players.
Here we go, this is your lineup, folks, for both Australia and Lebanon, folks. Fingers crossed, folks, we might get an upset here, but unfortunately, we don't hold much hope. What?
The forwards, they will try their best, but their scrapbooks are vastly different to their opponents.
Ah!
Referee is Chris Kendall for tonight. Grant Atkins is our video referee.
Oh no, not Chris Kendall, shite.
On the same field again as the fastest man on the planet.
Oh, but when it comes to actual Super League, he goes and be the bias gate.
At the start of this, what a great week it has been for Rugby League. The most inclusive World Cup. The PDRL finished last Sunday night. The Women's World Cup has started this week.
Oh, shite.
Rugby League World Cup, what a start. And now down to the business end in the men's competition. A real festival of Rugby League. I think any Rugby League fan can be proud of the way things are unfolding here. There are 8 teams.
Yep, Dave's just gonna mock that up. Well done, whoever's in charge of doing all the technical stuff. They mocked that up.
So far at the World Cup. So Lebanon first use of the ball, and
They were supposed to put live from Huddersfield, Lebanon versus Australia. Instead, they ended up putting up first live from Old Trafford, Manchester, England versus Australia.
on the left edge for Lebanon tonight, Jack White.
They mocked up there.
Interesting to see the forward pack with Anthony.
So guys, put your votes in the chat. We got who do you think is going to win? 100% Australia.
He wants the fullback. Good run, Khalil Rabi. That gets some applause from the crowd here in
But
Huddersfield and sets up the kick nicely
always hope for the underdogs.
from the NRL in Australia. Tedesco with the ball for the Aussies. Cole, you've watched the first set. Lebanon would be happy. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, certainly would, Bossy. He got through that set pretty good, didn't he?
Rami there with that strong carry. You know, he's very, very good at getting those sort of...
Lebanon.
The ball into this left-hand pocket, sorry. And this is where they're going to have to really aim up the physical part of the game for Lebanon. You know, as the game goes on, they're going to have to keep wearing this Australian side. Because like you said, Bossy, they can strike from anywhere. In that points tally, 34 tries to 3 they have scored at this World Cup.
So Australia have only conceded 3 tries in the World Cup so far.
To compare, Yo takes the run, and Australia reach the last tackle of their opening set. And the kick from Cleary. And it's a little off the side of the boots.
Where that? Nathan Cleary shite.
That is most unusual.
He went and skewed it. That much has gone out.
And a man of his talents, well, he should be keeping
You know what? Good. Kick straight. Don't get to the side. Kick straight.
What's real estate going for on the Huddersfield Island? Could be a TV show. Bunch of geezers being voted off an island. Right on halfway.
Come on, Lebanon.
Unexpected opportunity with this sort of field position. I make the statement with no apology. I don't think there's any side of this World Cup with a better team spirit than Lebanon. Moses linking up there with Mansour. The man they call the Source. Taken by Jake Trebojevic. 40 metres away.
Oh, Lebanon. Oh, Lebanon.
We haven't got all the 10-metre lines marked as Dwayne takes them left side, and they're having a bit of a crack here, Lebanon.
Always support the fucking underdogs.
Last tackle. Fiji scored first against the Australians. Let's see if Lebanon...
You could always...
It's a bit of an anticlimax.
You could always pray and hope.
Yeah, just too much weight behind that kick there. We just see these here again. Just slides it through, and there's far too much on it. But there's half a chance on here. Straight away, Holmes flick pass. Mitchell support. Holmes on the wing. He's started centre this year for the North Queensland Cowboys, but he's just in great form. You can put him anywhere. Harry Grant.
Come on, Lebanon.
And that is 31 metres out from the Lebanon line. Yo back inside for Jake Trebojevic. We'll put aside the controversy of the numbers, but that's the front rower and number 5 taking the hit up. Cleary dumping that one off. And Liam Martin has lost the ball. His Penrith teammate play on the call. Tedesco's doing a bit of dancing. He's only 8 metres away from the line. Robinson grabbed the leg. Almost took it as a souvenir. Cleary with it. Wide. Munster cut out.
No. Don't give it to that cunt! Fuck off!
They may have stopped him, I'm not sure. The Foxes
The one guy, I hate it when it gets to him because literally you just know, no, that's a try, even before it's even got to him.
the video referee will have the final
That's why it's... Yeah, I'll come up against you, but what I'll do is I'll fucking lever you by literally tripping you over, you cunt. Yeah, no, I would do it by literally having a full out swipe. Like someone's literally kicking someone in the ankles.
Mansour as the defender.
Nathan Cleary did a kick at the first few minutes and literally skewed it and went out. Come on, do the right thing. Do not give it. Give them a chance.
He's a prolific try scorer in Australia.
Do it. Do it.
But he's not
Don't be a cunt, Kendall. We know where you live.
He's normally so fast, no one gets a hand on him.
But it's the phrase.
To score that try.
It's a phrase.
And his opponent
Fuck off, that's a try. Bullshit. Bullshit and bullshit.
gets that try, doesn't he? That's his 7th. He's called him down Dominic Young, England's winger, the top try scorer of the competition so far.
Chris Kendall, you're only doing that because you want Australia to win. But it's kicked.
Right from the rock there. Cleary gets it. And again, the width of it there. We'll just get it in Mitchell's hands. It's a 2-on-1. Mansour's back.
Try, folks. Try for Australia.
If you give him an inch, he takes a yard, doesn't he? On that occasion.
Oh, this is going to be another... Oh, no. It's going to be another Australian game where I'm going to say, try for Australia, try for Australia. Let me say Lebanon for once.
So is it pointless me asking you the question, how do Look, it's an incredible skill, isn't it? You know, to be able to do that at full speed.
Miss. Way! Show you how quick a night. You ain't kicking. You ain't getting any points. Because you hit the post. Advantage gonna have every time you kick. Because you're shit. That's the second kick he's whiffed in this match. Second one.
Yeah, he's one of those players in Bossy that just gets bums off seats, if you like, and you know, as soon as he gets the ball in his hand, and if he can make half a break here tonight or a break, it's a joy to watch. It really is. That's a good kick-off, isn't it?
The score at the moment, folks. The score is 11-0. Australia 4. I apologise this early, folks. If at any point there's a try happening and I don't say anything, we're going to get sick of it. Australian try. It's getting on my pissing nerves. Can I say some other team name for once? That's why if it's an Australian try and it gets too many, I'm just not going to say it because I can't be asked. Because it just gets annoying. I'm just going to say another try, folks. I won't be saying their name. Too many points.
Gold Coast Titan in the Australian front row and Queensland representative. Grant left, Cleary sharp. Yo is the middleman. On his back is Layoon. Bleeding is Charbel Tassapali now. He's come really out of the tackle. He's got a problem. Lebanon have got a few more problems.
Come on, Lebanon!
Flick pass kick was off the top of the head. And then a second kick, but a knock on.
Come on, Lebanon, you can do it. We have faith in you.
Grant sees that, doesn't he? Jumps out of the ruck. Tries to get that ball back off Crichton. That kick's not the best from him, is it? Well, I think he missed it the first time, doesn't he? He certainly does, yeah. There's got to be a turnover 10 metres away from Lebanon's line, and you know what they can't afford to do against this Australian side is give away cheap field position and just put themselves under pressure. They survived that occasion, but you know, it's not a good idea to keep doing that against the green and gold. Referee Kendall is asking to get this scrum underway. Duly won by Lebanon. So a little bit of work to do in this set though. At 4 points to 0. Mixed start for Nathan Cleary. Very much the story going into this match. Kick out on the full and missed conversion. Now Australia not able to prevent the offload.
Lebanon.
Against New Zealand. That's all in the past. Strong charge again. She's got a motor. Khalil Rami. Been impressed with every time he's taken hit.
What are you on about?
From the Parramatta Eels Club in Australia.
Come on, Lebanon. Score a try. So for once in this game, I can say something other than Australia.
Eels fans would think that he's shown enough that he might be playing second tier as Tassapali now with a head bandage. Able to charge up inside the 40. This is encouraging.
That's a kick. Catch you red pricks. Fucking hell. Oh.
Australia with a ball with Tedesco. What an outstanding set from
Australia, stop being good. Let other people have a chance.
Just there, Val Holmes just turns his back at the last second of it. But better from Lebanon. Holmes in the 4, but playing on the wing. He has played most of his representative football on the wing. In fact, quarterfinals, won the clock back 5 years ago. Scored 5 tries in the quarterfinal against Samoa.
Yeah, I cannot stand this commentator. He's now just offended our country. Thank you very much. You have offended this country. Because it's not football. Football is a round ball, not a pigskin ball, you twat. While you're in this country, you call it rugby. To be respectful. You cunt. Yeah, but while you're in this country, and while people mostly in this country are going to be watching, are going to be of British, they're going to think it's going to be football is the round ball. So to make it easier while you're in this country, you just say rugby. To be, yeah, I just don't like the fact they call it footy over there, because footy is not rugby, it's football.
So now Lebanon 9 metres inside their own half. But putting together some decent sets, which can't be easy.
Yeah.
They had to be anxious going into the match. Last tackle. It's Moses this time.
I don't mind it. I just don't like commentators I don't even like Americans when you go American football, because that is just still rugby.
Yes, it is a little odd looking at Australia's left side. You go from 7.
That's why I just call everything rugby, and I will not say the same name as another sport, because it just gets confusing.
Holmes with the ball. We are watching from high up on the gantry here.
Yeah.
John Smith Stadium on the opposite side of the dressing rooms.
Yeah. But I bet if they're going to say football, they'll go and call it soccer over there, and that makes them even more backwards. Because they can't go and call footy football and footy for rugby, because that would be even more confusing.
Defensive set, wasn't it, from Lebanon? They were only able to sort of concede 30 metres on that set, and the trade-off, Vossi, is this, isn't it? You know, you play 2, play 3, and you just got to carry the ball. You've got to be straight over the halfway line.
So guys, put your question in the chat, like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
The outside backs of Lebanon, they're the ones that have been doing an awful lot of damage in games. You know, high number of metres. Amis Miski averaging 153 metres in his appearances in this World Cup. Certainly going to need a lot from them tonight at stages. You know, when the fatigue element starts setting into the game, and you get into that set-for-set grind that we're doing now, that's not a great kick either.
Moses was appealing that he was helped out. There's no doubt they had hold of his jumper there. In a try-scoring situation, it's probably penalty. You know, if we went back review, he was chasing a kick.
I just think they look more threatening when they put the ball high and then competed for that, rather than that little kick there through from Moses.
You'll see here again. Moses, the jersey's
yeah, you're right.
Not that he was probably going to get to it, but I mean, as I said, in a try-scoring situation, you come back penalty. There's Grant and Yo, and Cleary just feeding it along. Crichton is the player on the left edge for Australia from the Sydney Roosters, coached by Trent Robinson. Now inside the 30-metre zone, we've got...
Come on, Lebanon!
Grant, Cleary, Yo. He is the new age middle forward.
Yeah, he's quality, isn't he? He's like he's got it all. Isaiah Yo.
The Munster cut out in front of Mitchell. And Mitchell over the sideline. He released the ball.
Come on, Lebanon! Lebanon!
The number 4 for Lebanon, just 19 years of age. Brad Morcos from the Canberra Raiders has not played NRL.
And also at the same time, Sheffield Wednesday don't lose to Morecambe in the FA Cup. That'd be embarrassing for them.
Sometimes that brings the best game out of you. You know, when you're up against him, you know, it'll almost be looking at him in a bit of awe, but also by giving him respect.
Come on.
On that occasion, he's just
Come on, Lebanon!
And young Morcos, he'll be pleased with that. They've defended quite well, haven't they, Lebanon, so far? We're 14 minutes into the game, and apart from that try from Josh Adokar, it's been pretty even, to be honest.
Absolutely no sign of Lebanon being overawed here.
My cousin.
And I do think that's got a lot to do with the coach, Michael Checker.
No.
Simplifying things.
I'd rather not.
Ready for this one, as he's done in all 3 matches. 2 wins and a loss to New Zealand.
That's why I put 2 in. So I thought he would have gone, because at least after a hard day's work, it gives him a little bit of a break from the kid and from the missus. Gives him a bit of a couple of hours to himself.
Bringing it back over the 20-metre line. Let's go down to the sideline, Cole. Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, boss. Bossy just speaking to Michael Checker ahead of this game in pre-match. I said to him, nobody expects Lebanon to beat Australia tonight.
But he said bad enough watching us in the league, watching them in the league, not the first round of the cup games.
We sure have. Yeah, he's going to need that, isn't he? You know, he's just going to need everybody to give their absolute best effort in this game. And this is where it's getting threatened.
No, fucking him! No, for can't! No. Get ready, when England come and face you, we'll batter you from pillar to post and you get fucking noped.
We talked about big players stepping up. James Tedesco, 35 tackle busts so far, and he's just added a few more in there. What a special player he is. Just look how he gets in between players, keeps accelerating, the legs are still pumping, and as the presence of mind just to supply that pass to Fox, who gets over for his
yes, England got a good squad.
just rip right through the middle of this Lebanon side.
Yeah. England are about a big name player tomorrow. They got no Sam Tompkins playing tomorrow. But the main guy who's going to be on par with you, Adu Carr, who's actually better than you but had played less games, which is Dominic Youngs. He's that guy who can score better tries.
Quite brilliant, really. It certainly is. You just see Kazi there rocking on his back of his heels, and Tedesco picks up, takes off, gets in between Kazi and Tassipali. And the damage is done then, isn't it? You just knew that as soon as he got a half a break, somebody would be there. And it was the Fox that popped up. Oh, that's beautiful. I haven't seen that one from the Fox before. And short kick.
Ooh, cool. So my cousin's going to the next home game, and then he's going away to watch Wednesday away at Derby. That'd be a tough game, Derby away.
It's an Australian backline actually, with the exception. Oh, hello, that ball looked lost. Basil Malawi with it. With the exception of Ado Carr and Tedesco, they are playing out of position.
Do not let him get the ball to that Speedy Gonzalez, little rat. I would love to see him and N'Golo Kante have a race, see who actually is quick, and then both two would be on par with each other. I would love to see that. No, don't give it to that guy! No! Fuck's sake, Lebanon, you've not learned your lesson, man. I'm just getting sick of Australia try. The stream might be ending now if they keep scoring too many tries, because I will be getting too bored.
What a special 18 minutes it's been for him. 3 tries, like you said, 2 back-to-back straight away. It was a beautiful kick, wasn't it, from clear? He just lands it 5 metres shy of the try.
Wow. The game is only 20 minutes in and I'm already bored of watching it.
A little catch and pass there on the end of it, and you're right, the Fox, a different celebration this time. But it's 3 in quick succession. It's 14-0 with a kick to come.
It's almost not fair. The number of strips he's had over 20 in his NRL career. Probably the 2 best in Australia are Cameron Munster and Josh Hodgson's the other. He's very good. He's had a few injuries, but Munster's gone past him for the strip. Take this the right way, career strips. Ladies, Cameron's not He's a stripper on the rugby league field.
Well, he just stripped them there, didn't he? And the fox gave us a little shimmy in the corner.
Oh, to have picks like that. So Cleary has a shot from the sideline. Hit the post. It was absolutely dead on from this point, his first kick. You can ride it home from behind the posts. Oh, Cleary sprayed it right.
And it's short as well there.
He started indifferently against Italy as well, and I have no explanation for it. Because he's such a sweet kicker. He's an 85% kicker in the NRL.
Well, that part of his game was bang on, wasn't it? Kick was exactly where it needed to be. Even if Carras takes it, you know, the Australian forwards, they just tee off on the next play. But Munster, the stripper, had other ideas.
Yeah, it's full Monty stuff, really. In the wrong town. I do a shot in Sheffield, does it?
Sheffield, yeah.
So Australia with the ball now. And Fazua Malawi, it is to come back. 14-0 scoreline. Quarter of the game gone. First of the 4 quarterfinals tomorrow. You can just kick back and watch England against Papua New Guinea. New Zealand against Fiji. And then on Sunday, what a game, Tonga and Samoa. Tedesco again, right up on the front line.
Just getting a little bit quick now, isn't it? Players poking the nose through. Grant kicks out from 9.
There's a good option as well from outside the 40. Carras is back there. He's probably looking up. Where's that Munster bloke? Not on that side. But it is a warning shot. And every person who watches the NRL has to be aware of what Munster does. And the teams are so in sync at pulling it off these days. There may be 2 or 3 in a tackle at one stage and they just peel away all of a sudden. Battering ram defence from the Australians on Mansour. Moses short side. Ooh, ducked into the tackle. That was a little awkward. And oh boy, Mitchell gets a bit overzealous, I would have thought. Not sure whether that was necessary.
Lebanon are just trying to move the ball a bit, aren't they? They're just trying to get away from the heat of the middle of Australia. They're not really going forward as such, and it's a towering kick again.
Moses down to Tedesco, fielding the ball. Yes, they lived together back early days with the West Tigers. There was James Tedesco, there was Mitchell Moses and Luke Brooks, who's still the West Tigers half. They were roommates. So quite a friendship. As opponents tonight, the 2 captains of these sides. Tally Mayado can't finish with tonight. What a race for leading try scorer at the World Cup. Over to you, Tom Young. Zayo straight through the centre. Support is left at Holmes. He can't get it to him. Good chase back from Lebanon. Prevented the pass. Now Grant, an Australian side on top. Tedesco taking defenders with him to within centimetres of the line. Last tackle play, Leighton scoops it up out of there. Grant to Cleary to get it wider still. Munster holds it up. Here goes Mitchell and O'Carr doesn't need him. It's almost unfair when Mitchell gets it.
It is almost unfair. Lebanon don't even stand a chance. It's already game over anyway. Yeah.
Too strong on that occasion. Isaiah just breaking once again through the middle of this Lebanon side. They just haven't been able to cope over the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's not even happening. Literally, the try that you might have seen has already happened. It just happened for me.
One way and just slices straight through. And then from that, they move the ball.
Oh, I also have been watching something on my computer.
It's just width on it. Cleary skips past his opposition. And just Mitchell there. As soon as it's out the back, it's just too big, too strong. Mansour can't deal with him and he just dots the ball over.
I'm trying to, but at the moment, it's not even half time and I've already lost interest.
This is the ability this bloke has. I mean, there are things he does on a football field that no other player can.
Yeah, I know.
And as I said, when he's in a mood, he might have...
Because I managed to find out that during this World Cup, all the games that have been one-sided, I hardly had any views on them.
You know, you're just in there, Morkos and Mansour. Tried their very best, but in the end, you know, the the strength from Latrell Mitchell was just too much.
Kylie Moore is our expert commentator tonight, and I think he's loving what he's seeing at the moment.
Certainly impressive, isn't it, from Australia? And you still don't feel like they've actually... You still feel there's another 2 or 3 gears in this side for sure.
There's some cold humans sitting behind Nathan Cleary there watching this kick. He's got it.
He's missed! Wait! Finally something to cheer! He's missed again! Right out the kick!
I think it's time you give it to Mal Holmes, isn't it? Switch your kick up.
His right boot's been sabotaged.
The commentator said his right boot is sabotage.
Oh, well, look what he does there in the build-up to the try. Yes, you need to convert 4 into 6 as the competition goes on. But he's still an awfully good player, isn't he? Back-to-back grand final winner with the Penrith Panthers.
He'll turn 25 ahead of the final if Australia make it. Actually, as AEO celebrates a birthday here, it'll be a bit of a day out. Australians, they've got the recovery session tomorrow morning in Manchester. Changes made with Carrigan and Murray now out on the field. So just inside their own half, Australia. And Carrigan, over halfway he goes. And there's some pretty serious post-contact meters there with that carry. And now again, Australia find themselves in a position, attacking zone, left side is working tonight. Munster, Mitchell, early ball. Don't have to get too cute, just give him a run and look what he does. Dummy from Cleary, kept alive and knocked on by Munster.
He just took his eye off the ball, didn't he, Munster? Off-ball back, he wasn't quite anticipating that was coming, but there's a penalty here and a relieving one as well for Lebanon. You know, looking into this game, you know, one thing that's pretty evident is the number of missed tackles that Lebanon are producing at the moment. They're falling off them.
Come a long way, Lebanon, by playing in this quarter-final. Even if they lose tonight, they are automatically qualified for the 2025 World Cup. And if you know the migrating population of Lebanon, there will be enormous support for Lebanon down in France.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see, isn't it? You know, we've got Lebanon, they've been working hard, haven't they? You know, they've got a terrific winner, in Malta in the mid-season, and you know they've been working so hard with Michael Checker and all the coaching staff. You know, Matt King, Robbie Farah's in there, Jake Friend and all. They've got some quality coaches there, and they're just going to look to build on and make sure that they gear up towards 2025. The experience the players will get in this competition will certainly be, you know, brilliant for them.
Dwayne, nice pass along off Moses. And then Whiten again, aggressive defence there. They're packing a punch tonight, the Kangaroos defenders. Carraz really felt it.
Yeah.
And Dwayne, strong ball carrier. Pass tackle Lebanon. Opportunity for points. Moses, kick deflection, play on. Referee Kendall says not played at.
Second half.
Lebanon not happy with that decision.
What happened? Because what happens if there's already a goal in it?
He was the one who put in the kick.
I think it was yours left foot, wasn't it?
We'll have a captain's challenge, and if they are successful, we'll have a set of 6 on the Australian line. Big call.
That's why I'm just watching stuff on there and just adding the scores and stuff when it happens.
Could you see another angle on that, please? Isaiah Yo is bracing himself for the tackle and not playing at the ball. The challenge is unsuccessful. But it's tackle 6 and hand over.
Well, that's disappointing for Lebanon. Grant Atkins is the video referee. He said Yo bracing for the tackle. Moses wants to go to a higher authority, having had the video.
Football is that. Still, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Morecambe 0, and Hereford 0, Portsmouth 0.
He planted his foot out there. I can still mount a little argument there. I don't think it's one to blow up about.
No, definitely not. The decision's being made. Lebanon has just got to focus on containing and defending better. better than that because it's just another 10-15 metres after contact, isn't it?
The Penrith contingent, Martin, have got a sport for choice for back rowers, Australia. Inside their own half, the Aussies, but I wouldn't think for long. There is Cameron Murray, one of those back rowers, South Sydney captain in the National Rugby League, coached by Jason Demetrio.
6 again called on that play earlier.
Carrigan, that makes the job a little harder, of Lebanon. Harry Grant, alternate dummy half tonight is Cherry Evans, beautiful ball there. Crichton off Cleary, Crichton through the tackle, and over the
Oh, another try.
and Cameron Murray is over for the try. That was sweet from Nathan Cleary to unlock a door, and plenty ready to run through it.
Yeah, it certainly was. The ball movement, they really like this side of the field, haven't they? Moving it through your... Not to clear it there, that wonderful line it was as well. But what about the offload here? It looked like he was always going to fall over there. And that pass is just gorgeous. Cameron Murray there, getting a try. And a wonderful line it was in the build-up.
Yeah, great stuff. They were former teammates at one stage of their careers at South Sydney. Crichton has moved on to the Sydney Roosters. Murray now at the helm of the Rabbitohs. And Murray, who scored his first test try last week against Italy, now has a second. I'll give a shout out to his mum, Angela. I'm not sure whether she's come across for the trip, but she would be a very proud mum tonight. That's your boy, because he's only 24, but you know he's one of the best in our competition in the NRL as well. He's achieved a lot in a short space of time, and I think he's one. In some ways, he's one of the most respected players.
I am, but I don't think I would get a stream sorted out in like 15 minutes because it takes longer than that to get it sorted.
For New South Wales as well. Shows you that 24 years old, a real tough player.
So scoreline blows out now.
No, because I've got the actual venue for the rugby. I need to then get the stadium for where the football's being played and then put the logos of both teams on there.
There it is.
Well, it was the line, wasn't it, from Crichton that done all the damage. The pass from Cleary as well, and you know, 24-0 down. You do sense that this can turn into a blowout here tonight, Bossy.
Well, they do. We talk about in a mood. There has been an Australian side. Oh, that ball! Boy, look at the first row. You're going to lose your head in Huddersfield tonight. That ball was flying like it came out of a cannon. Have a look at this. You're sitting there having one of Huddersfield's finest, and you are suddenly in panic mode, incoming. I don't know whether I've seen a ball go that hard over the sideline.
Well, Huddersfield Town, they play their football here, Bossy, and they'd have been looking to sign him up on the back of that one.
Hey, what was happening there? So Carrigan with the ball. Slowing up to play the ball. They've got to try their best in that regard. El Zarkamet was, and he wasn't pinged. Murray with another touch. They're just outside the 20. I can confirm from high up in Huddersfield, I think the halves are about 46 metres long. Now to Desco. But I can confidently say the 20-metre line is 20 metres out from goal. Beyond that is a little bit dodgy. Cleary with it. And again holding it up. Yo looking to wedge between defenders. Tassapali hangs on. High pressure again. Grant with a switch. Look out. He burrows low. Angela Murray. If she's not here, she's up off the lounge chair. A boy scored again.
Another try, folks.
He's got the blow on the way through Murray, but he now has 2 tries.
And there's 2 tries in quick succession as well, isn't it? It just looked all too simple. A little drop-off play. Marcus on the other side of the ruck. I think it's Tassapali who's not working. He switches off, and in this game, when you do that, well, there's a funny way of finding you. It's a poor attempt of a tackle, isn't it, if I'm honest. Man gets out there, there's a slipping back play. And Murray, he just gets underneath there, and it's far too easy. advantage that they're making in the build-up to that. Isaiah, you know, he's been ball playing all evening. On that occasion, he decides to carry off the back of that. Then they're able just to do that little drop-off play, and it's too simple at the minute.
Yeah, you're right, Carl. I mean, they've been very game, but they would be disappointed with that. There wasn't enough commitment there to make the tackle. Goal line defence has to be a little more desperate than that.
It certainly does, yeah. Like I said, they were guilty of when Grant jumps out, that they thought that, you know, the other side of the ruck was that they could just have a play off, and at this level you can't. You just can't.
That's interesting. I just saw a flash of the coach's box. Tony Ray actually there on the left of Michael Checker. He was actually my co-commentator when Lebanon played their first World Cup game in 2000 in Gloucester. In front of about 1,500 people when a blizzard hit and players ended up with hypothermia. Sniffer Ray, Tony Ray there. We sat outside in the rain. I remember there was rain going on with the broadcast equipment, the commentary gear, microphones, and I said to the team, can this stuff blow up? The bloke said, we'll find out. Which was a most interesting experience in Gloucester. The rain was coming in sideways. So Tony Ray, he's had quite a journey in Lebanon on that day. The World Cup, they qualified for the World Cup back in 2000, beating Morocco by 104-0. Azam Al-Masri got 48 points. There's one from their history books.
Yeah.
Carrigan on the run. And now Grant.
6 again off the back of that Carrigan carry, and they just... They did this last part of this half. They're almost hanging on here. They really do need half time, but at 30 points to 0 down, just look at the speed there. They're away again. There's a chat. Oh, nearly.
Oh, this is a side really dialed in. Markey to Noose there.
Oh, good shot.
That's a tackle. Josh Mansour. Yes, he's got Cameron Munster, who's got a smile on his face because he knows that he's had a little rib adjustment.
Let's get that into your bang, left shoulder.
It's the way he finished off the tackle. He drove him into the Huddersfield turf. So well done, Josh Mansour.
Being impressed with this guy as well, carrying the ball. Bazaz, such a little nuggety front rower, so difficult to handle as well. He played really good against New Zealand in the opening game.
Oh.
Caused them a bit of trouble. In fact, he was singled out by the coaching staff.
Oh, well.
One of the best players that night. There's a chance here.
He's got the ball away.
Oh!
8 metres away from the
I think,
line.
could it happen?
Shift to the right. Carrez knows it.
Come on!
Has got it. Kept
Yes!
going. Now the ball
Come on!
and
Cut!
still a chance. Australia's defence from every
Twat!
by Mansour. They will say no from the Aussies, I think.
Oh, that was the moment. That was the moment I've been waiting for. 36 minutes. Just to say, try for Lebanon. But no, Australia think, we're going to fucking deny this kid because we want him to suffer.
We've got a captain's challenge from Lebanon. From Australia. Disputing a decision of a knock-on. Can I see all your available angles for the passes as we come to this near touchline? Just looking to see if it's touched by Australia. Can we show the angles prior to this, please?
Come on. It did.
Just looking for the passes earlier than this.
I think it did hit a hand on the way through, to be honest. Watch it from here.
We just need to see the passes prior to this, if we can, please, Director. I'll just go slow from here. We've got no touches at the moment. I believe this is the one we're looking at. Brendan Morca's passes it back in. Just need to see if that's touched by Latrell Mitchell. Do we have another angle on that, please, Director? No. It's earlier than this, thank you, mate.
Come on. Do not
Yeah, slow on this.
bottle this.
available angles, and I have my decision.
The Australian referees look
Don't bottle it!
to see any sort of movement.
Wasn't sufficient evidence there from them pictures.
Come on.
I didn't think.
Come on, don't bottle it.
Officials' hand they were looking at, wasn't it?
Well, this could be one almost inconclusive because it was a little.
Oh, he's bottled it, the git!
Challenge. You keep your challenge. You don't win the challenge, but you.
Give Lebanon a chance!
I don't know whether did Atkins make a definitive call or not.
Oh.
Saying that he's got enough there to work with. Watch it.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, possibly so, yeah. There's going to be heading free to Lebanon.
This is it.
6 ball from 10 metres out.
The crowd will go up if they can get one here.
Come on.
And left side, Dwayne back with it. He's capable.
Go on.
Of
Go on.
through this.
Keep going.
He likes to back himself. They're 5 metres away from the line.
Come on, Lebanon.
Loose,
Come on.
and they will go.
Push!
Again.
Push and push!
Manly Warringah Seagull in the forward pack for Lebanon. Tanous again.
Come on.
Dwayne
Come on.
delivering.
Oh!
But that's a good tackle.
Yes.
Cleary. And you see a halfback tackle 1-on-1.
No. I want Lebanon to score a try.
Here again, Chappell, Tassapasi.
He's certainly got through an
No.
awful lot of work, hasn't he?
Come on.
Jackson Rami submitted in a tackle and then has walked off the mark.
Check it with the Australian git.
Lebanon this time will have a little crack on the
Yes.
Moses
Oh,
Brady on that
fuck
side.
off Australia. Let them have a try. Let them have their moment in the sun.
Goals found in the Australian defence and last tackle. Can Moses get one? And pull
Come
it up
on.
and goal? He's going to try and go over the top. That's not his best. It's not down. It's still on.
Go on.
Tackle.
Oh my God, you're just giving them the ball back. What a
There's
twat.
that offload there straight into the arms of Cleary.
Ah.
Yeah, the 6 again. Hooter goes off in the background.
So Australia coming away from their own line. Let's go down pitch side with Jenna Brooks.
Bossy, I've got a little nugget for you, Bossy, because I know you like them. We did witness
See! Jamwinga, see!
this game with a record for Australia is 6 tries in a game.
Actually, something to brighten up my evening. Because this is a shambles of a performance from Lebanon. And all it is, Australia, 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 Australia. Let me fucking say something else!
Yeah, well, that was in a semi-final as Lebanon had taken over the sideline. It's been a
Australia, be nice and let someone else have a moment of glory.
respect. The fact that they see him as one of Lebanon's strikes and they have absolutely.
They nearly did, except Chris Kendall was a dodgy twat.
Liam Martin's legs to stop him going over the sideline.
Just the intelligence there from Whiting to catch him and hold him up. They know how good he is, Carraz. If you sort of, like you mentioned there, if you disrespect him, he will cause you damage. But you know this Australian side, they've been defended so well, haven't they? They never look like, you know, even look like.
They're defending so well. They're that good. They don't even have to move to do anything.
Find a way to hang on.
The player's gone past about 2 freaking yards. He's 11 twinks.
By Tanous. They're trying to slow the play the ball down. They'd probably give away penalty willingly here, Lebanon, to try and stop Australia. They'll then sit on him here if they can to slow down the play the ball, Munster. Now Harry Grant, they'll go short again. That's great defence. Dwayne there, Tassapali. 4 tackles up. Yo, now some width. Cleary, Mitchell. It's gone forward. Pat on the back, Lebanon.
They keep throwing that shape, don't they, down the left-hand side of attack. They obviously really like the look of it. On that occasion there, the ball just can't be taken in from Mitchell. It wasn't the best pass.
Well, plenty of stories out of the first half. 6 tries to Australia. Half of them from that man, Josh Adokar. Michael Checker.
Half time, folks. Australia 30, Lebanon 0. What a boring game this is.
Leading Lebanon 0. The meter ticking at 40 tries now for Australia in this World Cup in 3.5 games. As we go down to the sideline, here's Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, thanks very much, Bossy. I have Mitchell Moses, the captain of Lebanon, trailing 30-0. Can you get back in this game?
Yeah, I think we just need some quality ball down there and see what happens. But our ruck's just getting blown at the moment, so we need to tighten up and hopefully we can score some points in the second half.
As captain of this side, you go into the dressing room and you say what to your teammates?
Yeah, I think we just need to react. We've been giving them too much cheap ball and our ruck's been too loose. So if we tighten up those things, get those things right, see what happens.
Mitchell Moses, thanks for speaking to us. We can bring in the captain now of Australia, James Tedesco. Is there a better player to have in support than the Fox?
Yeah, also look over and see Fox next week. I know he's going to get there. So, pretty good half. Pretty happy with that.
Leading by 30 points. Does anything change for the second half?
No, I don't think so. We want to keep building and we want to win a complete 80-minute performance. So, that's what we're going to focus on. Nothing really has to change. Just be patient. Opportunities will come.
A little chilly though, right?
He's on pretty well now, but warmed up well.
We'll go and get in there. Thanks for speaking to us, James Tedesco.
Well, the Fox, as they call him, Josh Adokar, dominates the headlines again. Not just on the left edge, which we talked about, but popped up through the middle. We've had the whole repertoire of his celebrations.
Oh, we certainly have. We certainly have. Look,
Boo! Boring gits, Australia, you mate. You play the game boring. You make the game boring. You make everything boring. Boring Australian gits.
Nice early ball out to Latrell Mitchell, who's the provider for Adokar there to score that try.
I know, but it just makes the game boring when you're running away. I don't mind teams winning, but when you run away with it, it then just makes the game boring.
Initial line break, and there he is, Adokar. Got great awareness, great anticipation to support there up through the middle third. And then finally the kick from Cleary goes up high. Fantastic catch there from the Lebanon fullback. But
The best game of this tournament has been Papua New Guinea versus Tonga.
and strips the ball, feeds it there.
It
with
just
great
seemed
skill.
harsh, that.
It did, because it was fantastic, wasn't it, from the Lebanese fullback there to take that catch, and he done a great job at defusing the bomb. But then obviously Monster cleverly snatches it. And
He's overtaken Dom Young as top scorer at the moment in the tournament. We obviously have a way to go. Dom's up tomorrow. Will they look at that, wingers?
Nah, surely not. Surely not.
You say that.
I don't know. They might have a quick little look, boy. Job at
It is in Serie A, folks. Lecce 1, Udinese 0.
Looking at it, he's probably going to text me after this telling me he's looking at it now. So, but no, Dom will do his thing. Dom's an accomplished player, but what a way to set the benchmark for Adokar. A hat trick in 19 minutes is every kid's dream, going up playing for your country, and to do that on the biggest stage and entertaining the crowd while you're doing it with all these celebrations, it's not too bad.
You called him the Beast, Latrell Mitchell, that's his nickname, and he showed every bit of that with his try, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think we could have spoke about him any differently. We nailed it. Just the power and the precision he's got, but also that awareness to when to give the ball, when not to, but also knowing his own body and how he can use his body to his own advantage. And he knocks off Josh Monshaw there and scores the try, which pretty much is picture perfect to what we spoke about before the game.
Yeah, disappointing from Josh Mansour there. I thought he could have done a better job of getting over the ball there on Mitchell, but we know he's one powerful human being, isn't he? He's hard to stop.
So guys, put your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you're new, because that might help me out. Questions, so get something going to get off of all these try shite.
I love him as a player. I think he's an industrious player. He's quality.
I do, but I want it for both teams.
With the initial line break, great offload, but there he is.
And it is Portsmouth 0, Hereford 1.
It's a fantastic line there from Crichton off Cleary. Comes off the left foot and gets around the fullback and a superb.
Hereford are beating Portsmouth, folks.
For the viewers at home, but Murray with a fantastic try, and this one's just a little bit of change of angle.
I never thought I'd be saying that.
Defending desperately, probably just overworking a little bit there. So it was great vision there.
I was expecting Portsmouth to go and win that game quite comfortably.
And a lovely finish as he gets low and burrows underneath the Lebanese defence. Fantastic.
Ironically, as we were watching that, we were saying in the first 20 minutes or so, Australia not quite necessarily, it's not all gelling, but there they are, 30-0 up. Sadly, you think there's more to come from Australia, don't you?
Yeah, it's clear to see the game plan, kind of how they've gone about dismantling the Lebanese team. They've moved the ball quite early, which has made the Lebanese middles move, and now you can see how tired they are. The ruck, as Mitchell Moore has explained, there has been bust, and there's people busting through the ruck and scoring through the middle. 2 tries from Cameron Murray explains that. But coming in the second half, I still don't think Australia are at the best. They're quite clunky in the way they're doing stuff. A lot of uncharacteristic balls down. People and the combinations just aren't where they need to be, especially moving into the quarter-final of the World Cup, moving into the semi-final. So Australia have got a lot of improvement to make, and I'm saying that while they're 30-0 up.
which just shows the calibre of team that we're talking about. But you know, if they're going to have the title of the World Cup champions, then you know we need to be quite critical with them. And I still feel there's a lot more to come from Australia and how they can be better. And equally, we're not seeing the best of Lebanon because of that.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah, no wonder we're not seeing the best of them, because, like my mate said, they're shite.
I agree with what Ashton's just said there. I think Australia started a little bit nervy, a little bit shaky. There was a couple of errors, a little bit of looseness in their play, and I think Lebanon could have really capitalised on that. I mean, they did enjoy some good field position early, but I just feel the kicking game from Mitchell Moses has been a little bit indifferent. We highlighted him pre-game.
Oh, but if England were playing Lebanon, I would be happy because it's our country. It's more enjoyable because you want to see your country win. But when it's not yours, you would like it to be an entertaining game just for the neutral perspective.
Ultimately, you know, I think the power and the pace and the strike from the Australians, it's just took its toll and worn that Lebanese defensive line down. So, like I said, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Lebanon in this game. Let's not kid ourselves. But I do think they could have helped themselves a little bit more.
Well, England play Papua New Guinea in the quarterfinals tomorrow.
If you want to go and prove yourself, your NRL git, come to the best league in the world, which is a Super League, and prove yourself in there. You won't stand a chance.
Australia, but his story began in Lancashire.
Because there's one team that tries to do it, but they fail miserably.
From this little village.
And the team I'm on about is Warrington. They bought all these NRL players, and the team still played shite. Even you said that.
Herbie's got two older brothers. He was the youngest. They were quite mean to him.
That's why I'd like to see some other teams go and do what they're doing and see if they can and try and bring some over here, because it might make it more good. It'll be great, but you never see some players might not want to move over here unless it's for big load of money.
Until we're allowed to do contact, that was one thing I always used to say. I'm not playing until we're allowed to do contact. As soon as I play,
So there's an England player playing tomorrow, and he actually plays for Brisbane Bronco.
There's not many rules in it. Just sort of run harder and tackle harder than your opponent, and you'll go alright.
Yeah.
They like it in Australia. They always compare him to the little Volkswagen.
So his nickname in rugby is named after the car. That's actually quite good to go to the name. Because his first name's Herbie, the famous car from the movies, they actually think he's like that because he's quick.
I made it there. I knew I'd definitely done something, and I'd done my family proud if I could make it over there.
He just turned 17 when he left home. Went to live in Australia, which is
that is gutsy. Well done.
I know they don't like
It takes a lot of guts to go at the age of like 17 and decide I'll go and move to Australia.
I've got all these people who love me around here, like moving to a city what I've never been before, and such a massive.
So that's a big step up.
The local bus stop and just cry my heart out.
We were just so pleased that it all paid off for all his hard work he did when he was a little boy. He really, he put the hours in. And,
yeah, and then there's one guy who we don't like who plays darts who could have been a professional rugby player, and that guy's a twat. And even you know who I'm on about. Name called Gerwin Price shite. That guy could have gone pro in rugby, but he's decided to scrap that and decided to go into darts instead.
Special game, that one. Great day, that. He's always ringing me up every day, sending me videos, but even just away from rugby, he's been very good to me as well. So
they'll win at the weekend, Man City.
As a rugby player, which is the most important thing.
They're playing Fulham.
That's a lot better. Good. We worked on his individualisation, his individual athletics.
And then you got us who are playing Arsenal. So good luck us.
We went about it, just me and Herbie really, with 6 poles on the village green, and I was just
Troy's a win. Twa. Or Troy's, whatever you want to say it.
So if it was too boggy or snowed, we'd do hill sprints on this little gravel bit up here.
Yeah, but that's what even Jeff Sterling, even most players, even commentators call him Twa. Oh, it's when they do BT, they call him Twa. I'm just saying from what I've heard from commentators, but I might have said it wrong. So for something I have heard, they've gone and said Twa because they want to make it so it's right and they said it correctly.
Otherwise, I'll just spend the entire game crying.
a World Cup victory would be something that's
not long after Everton have taken the lead, Portsmouth have equalised.
Nation, and bringing that home would be something special.
Nothing like hearing from a proud mum. Well, tomorrow there's another chance to see the Women of Steel documentary, a behind-the-scenes...
England versus Papua New Guinea.
The World Cup, that's at 10:30 on BBC Two, followed by the Women in Action.
Then you got England versus Canada.
Coverage begins at 11:30. Then on BBC One at 2 o'clock, it's England's men's quarter-final against Papua New Guinea, where you can see
Get in, Portsmouth! One more.
Hear him talking there. We heard from George Williams last week saying that he had the chance to go to Australia at age sub 21, but felt he was too young. He needed to develop him. Both Herbie Farnworth and Dom Young took that punt and went early, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
And the score is scored by Rico Hackett-Fairchild for Portsmouth folks.
And the aspirations to go there and play at that level. And it's amazing, the story we just witnessed there with Herbie and the journey that he's been on to get there. I mean, you've got to give credit to his uncle Brian Foley there.
I didn't even know that Dom Young's even went and played in the NRL.
Obviously put in, behind the scenes when he's not been training at his local amateur club, etc. Those extra hours, they talk about 10,000 hours, don't they? That makes you, to be ultimately skilled in what you do. And those hours.
Because apparently he plays in the NRL.
The confidence that he was given as well from his uncle Brian Foley, and probably that little nudge to spur him on, I think has played its part.
And Dom Young, similarly, you backed himself to go out there and make a name for himself.
Yeah, with Dom, we all knew how good Dom was. He knew how good Dom was, and in reality, probably needed to go out there and push himself out of the comfort zone to really unlock himself. And I think we've only scratched the surface with Dom. I really do. I think he's starting to believe just what we all believe. We know how good he can be, and we know how good he is. And with Dom going out there and taking himself out of the comfort zone, having to interact with people that he's probably not going to interact with again, and do things that he's not used to doing, it's really unlocking himself, and ultimately that's just showing on the field with that kind of flair that he's got. And I've been watching the games, I'm rooting for him, and all you can hear is people talking about...
You've forgiven him for switching to England.
Yeah, listen, forgiven, forgotten, and I'll have a coffee with him in a good coffee shop. But no, for me, people talk about a household name, and this guy can be that. He really can be that. He can be the next guy to take England forward and be that enforcer. And for me, there'd be no better person to do that.
Well, that game, of course, is on BBC One tomorrow, 2 o'clock. We go on air.
It's literally on. My volume's on 10.
To Huddersfield and rejoin our commentators.
My volume's on 10.
Andrew Voss.
Yeah. It is on 10. It's been on 10 the whole time.
A Lebanon flag flown proudly. They are competing with the best nations in the rugby league world here. They're also looking to boost the profile of their domestic competition, and we've seen that when people have questioned the participation of Jamaica and Italy. Well,
Come on, Lebanon! Get a try, Lebanon!
we call here the Italian domestic league is kicking off, 19 competition. Jamaica will go back. They've got their domestic competition. It's growing the game.
Yeah, we want to grow the game, don't we? It's important.
And also, have that! Hibernian shite. Aberdeen 1, Hibs 0. Have that.
There's pictures in Athens of them all celebrating. Josh Adokar, we just climbs above Dominic Young. What can he return serve tomorrow afternoon against Papua New Guinea? This game isn't over yet. That tally might still keep running. Those 3 tries inside of 20 minutes. A blistering start from him to this game. I'll tell you when, Adam. Tell you when.
Second half is underway, folks. Lebanon versus Australia.
Kick off, sort of Danny Bruff style, Pat Richards style. Getting a bit of height. And Australia with the ball now. Observing from afar, an injury-free half. I know Daly Cherry Evans is now out there, isn't he? To start the second half at 30-0. Oh, here we go. And Harry Grant.
He's been impressive again, hasn't he? He's so threatening in around the ruck. His deception, his running game. Cherry Evans now taking over.
Cherry Evans into the play. Nathan Cleary is still out there. So is Cameron Munster and Harry Grant still on the field. So
Look, as the competition keeps going and we're getting towards the semi-finals and the final, can't see those three going into two. One of them will probably have to take away, won't they?
So 20 metres away from the line on a last tackle.
Half time, folks. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Morecambe 0.
Martin knocked down Isaiah Yeo, kept alive on the bounce. Oh, they get it wrong.
And after Australia give a chance, you're now giving Lebanon a chance.
Knocking the ball on, and I can just tell you that it is James Tedesco who has gone off at half time. Cameron Munster is playing fullback, and Cleary and Cherry Evans in the half. Jenna Brooks will check if there is any injury to James Tedesco. It didn't appear on walk-off, but we will just check that.
Looked pretty happy there, didn't he, when he interviewed by Jenna Brooks?
Come on, Lebanon.
Australian captain has played each game at the tournament, something that his predecessor Cameron Smith hated missing a game.
Lebanon, 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 Lebanon.
Lebanon now in possession, having escaped the first attacking raid of Australia in this second half. Moses it is kicking just at the
Oh, that's a good kick by Moses.
rugby league.
Ah.
If you kick one from inside your 40, you find touch inside the 20, you get the ball back. Is Munster with it for Australia? Incredibly good at fullback as well at the 5'8". Cameron Munster.
Why do I never see anyone in rugby league do the thing call for the mark?
In his career, and he's got a few men of the match awards from that position.
Do rugby league not have that in rugby?
Munster back in 2017 when they played Lebanon, he scored 2 tries while playing in the centres. So you can put him anywhere. Cleary, Yeo, Cherry Evans, double pump, and in the hands of Munster. Great harassment there from Mansour and finish off by Moses and Elzarkham. Munster points out, he's a bit to say, Cameron Munster delivering his own caution. Last tackle, pretty good defensive set, Lebanon.
Come on, Lebanon.
Kick pressure like here on Cleary. He's got it off. He hooks another kick there, Bossy.
I don't know what's going on with Nathan Cleary. Oh, they've knocked it back. May have been an accidental offside in there. Ball has bounced up for Holmes with a kick and covered up well by Dwayne. We showed you the Addo Carr try-scoring stats at halftime too. 9 tries. Holmes is the marker. He scored 12 at the 2017 World Cup. So Addo Carr in pursuit of Holmes. Get the report on James.
Do not mention that gate, Valentine Holmes. That guy gets no respect. The guy's a dick.
A little bit nervous. Then it was touched. It's going to be 4.
Oh, you giving that twat another try?
On what was incredibly untidy. It was like a teenage boy's
Oh,
play from Lebanon. And Josh Addo Carr
what a bunch of dickheads.
It was an awful pass, wasn't it? From the play of the ball. It bounces across and I think it's Mansour he can't deal with. Just look at the pass here.
They're giving that idiot another try by literally just being a bunch of school kids.
First, and Addo Carr, he goes in for number 4. There's not too much of a carry on in the celebration after it.
Hey, Lebanon, do you not know how to pick a fucking ball up?
Pass there. Addo Carr.
Fucking hell.
That's an awful ball, isn't it? From Robinson. Skims right across everybody else.
I've never seen that bad defending all my life.
Addo Carr. 4 tonight.
All right, he's one closer to Holmes' 12. He's into double figures. Double figures just past half-time in the quarterfinals. Josh Addo Carr, and that's from 3 games.
More against Scotland in that
That's
84-0 win, and that last try of his was something special, wasn't it?
So he didn't play against Italy. There's the laugh on the field. How good is that? Jenna will have the story on James Tedesco. I put the binoculars on him. He has got some ice pack of some kind on his left thigh. It may be a cork rather than hamstring, but Jenna will have the story on that. We can speculate from a long way up on the gantry at Huddersfield on the opposite side of the ground, but He is watching. There he is from the bench, and there it is. The pack is above the knee. Now, that's not hamstring, so it may be a cork above the knee.
I think that's what it is, yeah. No major concern, but no reason to carry on risking him at 30 points to nil up at half-time. And Cleary making 36.
And this one, well, he's only just scraped it over the crossbar, but it is a success. All right, let's get the story on Tedesco and the half-time report. Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, we just saw James Tedesco on screen, didn't we? I have been told that it was a sub. This is precautionary. It was a little bit of a knockout there, but they are not concerned. You can see the look on his face. He's not so concerned either, or maybe he's just seen himself up there on the big screen. I'm not quite sure, but they're not concerned. News from Jamwinga at halftime, though. He was really, really focused on defence ahead of this game. He said that they hadn't really been tested. The Kangaroos hadn't been tested so far in this World Cup when it comes to defence. So that was the most pleasing aspect. As far as Michael Cheika goes, they're not looking at the score, was his message. It's irrelevant, he said. They're just focusing on their own game and doing what they came here to do, which is put up a fight.
So Australia in possession at 36-0. Their first try of the second half. 6.5 minutes in. And they try hard. They will continue to try hard, but it's onslaught after onslaught if the handling sticks for Australia. Cleary with this kick. And he's got it past Miski there. Can be said about Cleary too, and it's been publicised this week. Australia have had the tummy bug. It started with the coach Jamwinga. Nathan Cleary is one of those who has been affected. I wonder. I don't know, because he's
100% right.
Yeah.
I've no doubt he wouldn't have been selected if he wasn't 100% right. He's obviously told the coach that he's okay to play.
Dominic Young will be on show tomorrow in Wigan. I think the Princess of Wales put her head up and said, I want to go. I want to be there. I want to see Dominic Young, who is one of the headline acts at this World Cup. Now, what if? I mean, we have the potential to have a showdown in the final. They play opposite each other if Australia played England. Now Moses does a lovely kick around the corner, and then it's been kicked over the sideline. That's an interesting one. It's out on the full. He's kicked it backwards, but we go back to where he kicked it from. I think you'll see there. They've got a penalty anyway, I think, for some interference on Moses, and he's saying put him in the bin.
Yeah, he just nudges the ball, doesn't he, round Josh Adokar, and he nearly ends up taking a seat on his own bench there. Moses, that is a professional foul. But not one for the bin.
All right. So penalty, but it's still a set. That is just outside the 20. One of their best chances of the night here, Lebanon. And it obviously boils down to Moses or Dwayne if they're to create points. Certainly bring the crowd back into the game if they were to get a 4-pointer.
Rajab onto the field. Possibly Dwayne drops the 13.
Yes, he's got the flying ponytail. Another one of the young Bulldogs, Caleb Rajab. DJ.
A great game against Ireland, but he's not going to get his hands on the ball in this set.
That's
It's an
disappointing.
error there, isn't it? He's Robinson, I think it is, yeah. Just fighting with Cleary all over him, but it's in concentration there.
Yeah.
120 NRL appearances, 42 in rugby union, Robinson.
Yeah. Very much mental class. This will be his last test, you would think, at 35. He's played for Lebanon going back 2009. Clearly working the scrum, and Australia from their own 10-metre line. Shows you the depth of Australia. You take off Tedesco and you call for, well, there you go. It's not happening here for Australia. Pat Carrigan, can't believe it. Shaking the head.
Yeah, he just has a little look up, doesn't he? You can see how tight they are. Romanos there lining him up. Patrick Carrigan comes up with a...
Come on.
Still shaking his head.
Mention the number of errors. 9 now from Australia. You know, going forward. You imagine it at Ellen Road, when they come up against the Kiwis, they can't really afford to be making all sorts of number of errors.
Like UPG hoping to have something to say about all that.
Yes, yes. Oh, you messed it up, you trolley.
When Australia's look like when Lebanon are going to get on the outside, and there's just this wall of the green and gold that just keeps turning up. Hard work from the inside.
And it will be Moses calling the shots on the right hand side.
Go on. Oh.
Good tackle low down by Angus Crichton. 10 away. Centre field this time. If only they can find a way through.
Oh, come on, Lebanon, you wonks.
Farley found himself in the wrong spot, wrong time. Tadouse now. Moses, little show, dumps it off. Dwayne is the man with the ball. And Adam Dwayne with 3 defenders on him. Grant is there. Murray, Crichton. Last tackle. 10 from the line.
Go on. Shoot, 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 shoot. Ah. Finally, I can say something that's not Australia. For fuck. Oh, oh, I can finally say it, folks. Lebanon have scored. We can finally say Lebanon have scored, folks. I've waited all night to say that. Get in.
It's Mansour. Ulster doesn't want to deal with it properly. And the gorgeous kick that it is, it just bounces
I need to be careful. I could have broken my chair.
to score.
That's the Mansour Express coming through. Even in slow motion, he's moving fast, flying over the top of the ball. Really nifty work from Mansour.
Certainly was. Well, 7 tries in the last
Get in, Lebanon. Yeah.
7 now.
Time to get some more tries.
Obviously with Penrith Panthers and the last couple of seasons with Souths, and an incredible player. Over 170 appearances in the NRL and 86 tries. Shows he can score.
Come on, Moses. Get some more points on the board.
He's actually eligible for Portugal, Lebanon, Cuba. I've heard the Cubans in, and he's played for Australia. He has Cuban heritage. I live for the day. They're off to Cuba. Me and you, Kyle.
Oh my God, Mitchell Moses has missed.
Moses misses 36-4. They're on the board. And there it is. So he can say, I played for Australia against Lebanon. Now I'm a try scorer Lebanon against Australia.
Yeah, monster. Couldn't quite deal with that kick. Didn't it, to send it over the dead ball line. It perfectly. Sauce. Puts it down.
Shame now in retrospect that Mansour didn't score for Australia against Lebanon. Would have been a lovely double to have done it both ways, but that wasn't the case when they played back in 2017. And he's all over it now.
Someone's getting robbed.
He wants work. There's 4 in the tackle for Australia. He's done plenty of.
Come on, Lebanon.
Taraz has done plenty. Dwayne's had a number of shots at the line. Just got to keep it up. If Australia are off their game after half time, and Lebanon get a little run of possession, they keep the scoreboard
Well, with it,
removed from a blowout. Nice offload to Noose and kept going by Moses. Morkos, bright young talent, but runs and meets his maker there. Ball spat out the back.
come on, Lebanon.
His jumper took his wallet and the ball. And now he's got Graham.
Throw him over the sideline there, weren't they? And in the end, it's just got to.
Can't believe a Lebanon player and he got his entire shirt pulled off.
You see here the cavalry coming in. Mitchell and company.
Yeah. Well, even that, I mean, if he watches that back, you say, oh, that's still a highlight. I'm 19 years of age, I've never played in the NRL, and there's 4 really big names just hammering me. I'm on the big stage now.
Cross had played in that New South Wales under-19 State of Origin win. He's out here on the biggest stage of them all.
on! Go on! Yes! Here's that around his neck! Cunt! Oh, that's a disgrace. He had his hands around his throat.
Possibly a second try. Twahey with it. Keep your eye on Moses. He's kept them guessing here. He's standing behind the ruck. It is a set restart for Lebanon. Juggled there by the DJ. Holmes hasn't got his man. Kiraz with it.
He wants everyone to see on camera. Go on! Oh! Someone's just someone's now dead. Someone needs a funeral. Someone now needs to now put a date for that funeral because he's been decapitated. Yeah, because that's why he went, oh! And I went back in my chair. Oh. Yes! Lebanon! No! Come on! Yes! No! Yes! No! No! No, no, and no. Come on, Lebanon! God. That is not a penalty. That is... Lebanon have done nothing wrong in that. Australia are cheating little gits.
And they've got no challenge to go to.
He gets this one wrong there. Rame just
Oh.
tries to offload the ball.
Oh, God, don't say that, guy. That's the reason why I think this game's boring. Let's other people score tries.
There was Lindsay Collins out there for Australia involved in the tackle. Oh, have a look at it.
James Desco's not even on the pitch. He's on the bench. He's injured.
He wants to introduce the coach's challenge. Once you burn the captain's challenge, you can have the coach challenge. You're seeing the challenge system. You like it, Cole, or not?
Yeah, I think it's good. You know, I think it gives I think it's something that probably Super League will look to introduce at some point. I think obviously, like everybody, you know, referees can make mistakes, and in big games, important calls, you know, can be challenged. And I think it's
Are you talking about the guy with a headband who plays for Lebanon?
Holmes up to halfway.
Or is it Australia?
Offload. Grant on it. Harry Grant.
Oh, 'cause there's one for Lebanon who's number 12. Oh. Ah, folks, another try for shitey Australia and Josh on shitey car. I'm getting sick of saying both those in two sentences every time. I'm starting to get bored just saying Australia and Adu Car.
But it all starts with the good work from Latrell Mitchell. The leg drive. Look, he just keeps going. 3 players on him. The let offload off the back of that Grant. When he does what he
And my phrase is let other people score. There's other people in your team. He's not just a one-man team.
green and gold just foot forward now. Grant just evading, bumping people off. Mom's doing an intelligent kick. Sees
And if it
and the Fox. Well, there's no one home for him.
And if it is, then Australia, you're going to get accused as a one-man team and accused of actually fraud.
Of his night.
Fraud? Yeah, you're supposed to think about the other players in the team. So other players should get involved in try scoring, not just one player doing it all. It's fraud.
Beat the Fox.
You don't see that in football. You don't see like Ronaldo scoring every single goal for Manchester United.
Little extra space behind the dead ball line at some of the grounds. I don't know whether we'll put it this way, at Old Trafford.
Smalling goals there.
I don't think he'd want to charge that fast because he'd slide over the dead ball line and then go over the edge.
Down the bunker.
Down into the bunker. Down into the brickwork. I did a visit to
Come on, Lebanon.
He was something so good. Cleary from the sideline. We are off to Old Trafford for the final. Whatever the makeup of teams is, there's going to be something. 75,000 world record test crowd back in 2013. Let's hope we can do it again at this year's World Cup.
Look at the strength there from Val Holmes. And just that bit from Grant, ducking, weaving, fending people off. Monster like all good halves and fullbacks do, they support, and then to have that vision in that Great take. Yeah, lovely.
Here we go. Number 10. Here we go. I might have found it for you.
Yet Whiten was up to the challenge.
Number 10 is...
Level 2 right up
Oh, it's Josh Whiten.
since half time.
Oh, Jack Whiten.
Those 2 tries, 42 points.
Yeah, that's number 10.
So that is 8 tries for the night, and Adokar has 5. So he's equal.
What has he done? What has he done this time?
Semi-final against Fiji at the last World Cup. Can Adokar get 7?
Oh, because I thought he did something like putting a really hard tackle. Oh, something like that.
And Munster, good defence. Robinson, Munster, they've not done again. Oh, play on to goal, they've not done again. Well, he must have seen one of them. Down there in Huddersfield. Doesn't matter what the accent. They sometimes say
And that, yeah.
it's lovely to hear that sledge. On both sides of
That team's great. A great team. Great team. Well,
Number of errors, isn't it? No, the second half hasn't been exactly brilliant from Australia. We've seen some great tries from them, don't get me wrong.
don't you can't really big up Scotland's rugby union side because we lost to Australian rugby union side just recently.
Execution from them, they've been scrappy in terms of just getting being
And yeah,
That's something that Jamwinga will be probably bemoaning to them. Too many errors.
I think fans watching Australia, it is Saturday morning there. Yeah, I'd probably think even the staunchest fan would be describing it as average since half time. No better than average. Dwayhe and Rajab with a short pass.
the Scotland's rugby union side only lost 16 points to 15 to Australia in rugby union.
Comes into the match and jumps about, fitting into an attack with Dwayhe and Moses. It couldn't be easy.
He had a great
And I'm not saying, I'm definitely not saying that.
mention that made him miss the Ireland game in Rajab man on the ball now.
There he is. Moses. So another set restart Lebanon. 17 and a half to go.
There's only one good player in that side.
Moses, he set up the try with a kick. Now back for Jackson Rami. He's inside the 10-metre zone.
There's only, yeah, but apart from them, there was only one decent player in that squad without him in there, and that was Dale Ferguson.
Spot on there, outside in.
Apart from that, there was no one decent.
Good pass from dummy half. Dwayhe. Moses. Huge.
Oh,
End of the fence. Umpire signals that's a full.
was never really on that. He's asking far too much there. Sees Adokar just tucked in a little bit tight and sees the space and just tries to loft it over the top. But you can see that Josh Adokar, even if he catches that, Bossy, he's going straight into touch. The word that Adokar does there. Manso catches that. The same outcome, isn't it, over the sideline?
Yeah, missed chance, but not certainly by no means certain try, but a missed chance, a real crack for the corner.
Yeah, at least they were moving the ball about a bit and asking 1 or 2 questions.
why do we want to know? Why do we want to know about them when they're nothing to do with rugby?
Switching side, sorry. It's a quick play on the ball and they take on this short side.
Just running the ball at Rajab Martin's had a good night. There's Adokar in an offloading capacity.
But does any of these Australians have anything to do with Leeds? No, because they may never have heard of Leeds.
Now, Sherry Evans to Jake Trebojevic. If you're just tuning in from Australia, Tedesco did not return
Okay.
after half time. And there's a little knock above his knee and an ice pack on it, but nothing more. Nothing
Fair enough.
as this kick fielded by Miski and Carraz. It's good back 3. There is Tedesco, the captain. So, we'll be right for
I'm a fucking legend, a legend.
this week, which is Elland Road for the Australians, off to the home of Leeds United. Actually had a chat during the week with Harry Kuehl, who had many great years at Leeds United, and these days on the coaching staff at Celtic with another Australian, Ange Postecoglou. So there's a link with Australia at Elland Roads, a strong one there.
Yep, so you got, yeah, the one at Ellen Road, and then if England win theirs, then next game's going to be played, oh no, I can't believe I'm going to be saying this. Are you ready for this? Get ready for this. I never thought I'm going to say this for rugby. England could be playing at fucking Emirates. Who wants to play at that shitty ass ground? Why do you go pick a ground that's actually fit for playing rugby, which is Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Because their ground is used for NFL. Arsenal's ground is not even used for any other sport other than football. What's the point? Whoever has picked these stadiums, they don't know their sport in this country. They need looking at. They need their eyes and ears and everything seen to. And whoever picked the stadiums needs to sack. Yeah, but that's normal. That's normal for in this country because usually Super Leagues usually play finals at Old Trafford, so that's all right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean is, why would they go and pick a stadium which has got no affiliation to be used for any other sport in the Emirates when you could go and think, oh, to make it easier, we'll go and pick Tottenham Hotspur Stadium because they actually got a pitch which is made for another sport, which is NFL, but they can also use it for rugby. Because I don't think that stadium's fit for any other sport other than football. Because you see, most of the grounds that are being picked are old grounds where there's already a rugby team playing there. That's why I said it makes more sense. Yeah, because it is a bit odd that all the others have got actual rugby teams playing there, and this is the odd one out of the bunch. Yeah, but he wouldn't be allowed to play there if Arsenal were actually playing at home. Then they wouldn't have. They would have said no. I would have expected that. And that's on the last match day before the World Cup. And Arsenal are away to Wolves, so thank your lucky stars that they are not playing at home.
Video referee to match director, we have a live decision of try on tackle 4. Can I please check all available angles for grounding? I've viewed all available angles and I have my decision.
I think he's been one of their best tonight, actually, Liam Martin. Yeah, he certainly showed up, hasn't he, today? About to enter into his 5th season with the Penrith Panthers. Next year, he gets a try for Australia tonight for sure.
Oh, another try. Stop scoring tries. It's getting boring.
See, these Penrith players, and Martin is one of that contingent, they've played 3 grand finals in a row. Well, you know, it's quite got to beat the NRL. We talk about back-to-back titles are hard to do. Well, Penrith did it this year and have played 3 grand finals in a row. That's enormous big match experience for a player like Marvin.
Certainly, you can just tell in that picture there how quick he advanced onto the ball. Karaz and Rajab, they just hold on, they get up half a metre and just rock back on the heels, and it's too difficult to defend that.
No matter what combination they put on, they've got an outstanding back row. They could have 3 injuries at back rowers and put in an outstanding back row. Jeremiah Nene not playing tonight. Oh, another great lead, White. Really good stuff. But no, just so many back rowers to pick from. Combinations. On halfway Australia. I do think Mal would want them to finish strong the last 10 minutes. I don't think he's going to be happy unless they get to 60 here, based on what they've done since half-time. Here's Fasil Malawi with the ball.
That's a good thing because it shows that they're up for the fight even though they get battered.
Now Grant and Yo doesn't pass there to Lindsay Collins. Last tackle Australia. It is Grant. This is Cleary. His kick will come down 10 metres out. Karaz, nice catch. Now, he's had some tough moments, but there's enough on the highlights reel to be pretty proud of his performance tonight.
Yeah, certainly, he's only a youngster as well, isn't he? So he will improve as he gets more games under his belt. Took a few good high catches in and go back to that.
Be nice, twat.
He gets it stripped off Munster. Those are little words that he's going to have to make sure about.
Woodman is at a dummy half there in the Australian defence.
Australians can get fucked. Get ready. Get ready when they actually are the best team in Australia and go and actually win it next year. Cronulla Sharks. They were matched for the second best team, which was Melbourne Storm. They beat them. Cronulla Sharks. And then they got absolutely trounced. We were beating Penrith, and then suddenly they just decided to pull on the burners.
On halfway, Lebanon with the ball. Got 7.5 minutes to go. You're down by 44. Have your piece of the pie. That makes me hungry just thinking about it. Taken forward by that members as and they're going to town on him there on the ground. Look at him kick his legs around. He checks up. He has a little crack again. Pizzazz bringing the pizzazz, you could say. Easy headline to right. Lebanon left side. Raja up for responsibility. He's getting Moses touched. Ball ended up.
Moses.
Kendall. Desirel's play on.
Come on, everything. At least try and get another try.
Stepping in to create a possible second try for them.
Threat, isn't it, really? Near this line is
Ah.
Moses.
Here he is. It's another kick. He's done another kick back. Infield. Oh, doesn't get it right. It's way too big. However, had it covered in any case.
Come on, Everton.
A trick shot that wasn't his best. But second half, again, just taking stock of it. It is 18-4 second half after a 30-0 scoreline at half-time. I go back to Addo-Carr. Could there be a sixth try? He's coming looking for work. Here he is, the Fox.
Well, he's not really had a lot to do, has he, this second half, apart from putting the ball down in the corner.
We've got the biggest run meters of the night actually being with Al Holmes.
Yeah, Al Holmes and then Isaiah Yeo behind him.
Australia with Tino, Malawi with the ball. Lovely charge. And then they've gone for a straight. They've done it. Have they? 1-on-1. Well, surely he got it. That's the reverse screen. Now Yo. Cleary. And Cleary will play it 20 metres away from the line. Harry Grant on the scamper. Kick came off the chest. Play on.
Way! No try, have that. Thank you, Chris Kendall.
I have slid over the line. He's saying I want to challenge it. Now this is, if you have a challenge up your sleeve, he's stuck with a penalty, double movement. Well, the count was outstanding, doesn't it?
Takes a ricochet, but what about that pick up there? And well, look, you've seen them giving, haven't you? You've seen them giving us penalties. Well, to be fair on that angle, it doesn't.
It's another goal for Sheffield Wednesday. 2-0 against Morecambe. That might be game, set and match, folks.
He only got 3 in the NRL. They did get one last week, but he doesn't know how to slide over. If he had just held the ball close to the body, he slides over to score.
Unlucky Australia, you're not getting another try. Unlucky.
Lebanon with the ball. Again, scoreline hasn't blown out. 4 minutes to go.
Come on, Dominic Young, score a hatful tomorrow.
For Australia, to the point where you start to second guess yourself. You're thinking based on how disjointed it's looked in the second half. You think, oh, hang on, is this the best side we can pick? Lebanon, errant pass there. Not much other than Collins just falling on the man. And more at the moment is considering player of the match as Moses goes high. Nice catch by Munster. And he's with the ball, I think, with 3.5 minutes to go. Do you want to lock in the Kazoo man of the match, Colin?
Well, look, I don't think it's going to surprise many of our viewers at home, but the Kazoo man of the match, player of the match, is Josh Adokar. 5 tries, the number 9 for Australia, the man on ball now. 5 tries tonight, an incredible performance from a winger. He is the player of the match.
Oh, and Australia almost to the centre. Well, that means it'll be Jenner's job to try and get the Adokar laugh in the post-match interview. Holmes is with the ball. They haven't got the 50. They've still got time to do it. Grant's kick has turned around Carraz. He's attacking the ball. He's back there again.
Carraz holds on that time.
11 tries. Dom Young, what can he do tomorrow, Colin? You want to lock in a prediction there about...
Well, I certainly think he'll score tries. I do believe that if England can get in them parts of the fields, that they can unpick Papua New Guinea. Certainly with the skill and the way the ball halfbacks are playing in Wellesby and Williams and Sam Tompkins out the back of that as well. I do believe that the wingmen will get service. And Dominic Young's already shown us how much of a quality player he is so far. There was an error there for Moses, but he got away with that one.
Lucky getting you 11, you could have given away the ball again.
A couple heading into the semi-finals, and it'll be all on for the top try scorer.
Read today.
Yep.
I saw Matthew Shaw writing the story. Was it Jimmy Nutley? Maybe looking for a club over here. What a try he scored for PNG against Wales. He'd be lined up against Dom Young. There's some natural athletic ability.
They cannot catch.
Legs of Jimmy Nutley. Adokar with it. This would be a case of icing the cake if he could come up with a 6th try. Moses is all get the tour room. Have a look at this. What's going on there? They're all caught up. Set restart. Basil Malawi with the ball. To just finish off with a try without being overly impressive second half. Injury slate is clear. Cleary goes long. Holmes with the ball. Linking up on the inside run.
Oh, it's Valentine's shite.
Minutes from the line.
Send it to the box.
Oh, it's a set restart again, and they are looking out of their feet again. Lebanon, although chance to rush up and make a tackle. a second half. That is not good from Harry Grant. Sloppy from the Australians.
He's had a terrific game though, hasn't he? You can let him off with that one. Caused an awful lot of damage in and around the middle. Just his running game has been exceptional and just getting the Lebanon side on the back foot all the time. Oh, nearly a pinch there.
Oh, hang on, it was seeing that Okari, he's running through. He went, damn it, I missed a chance. He was in the vicinity. Yeah, you can put up the curtains on this one. That's a pretty untidy end of the match. We have our first 10 through the semi-finals.
Full time, folks. Australia 46. Lebanon 40 likes or Lebanon 4 likes, subscribe, and notification. Don't forget to post. What an annoying game that was. And I'll see you. Yeah, I realised it said 4. I realised that. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for England vs Papua New Guinea. Like, subscribe, and the notification, blue is the colour, and peace.